Good morning, everybody. It's Dave Nasani. Another 5 minutes of Dave's Hammock Wisdom. Here I am on my hammock, and I'm so grateful that there has been a break in the 90 and 100 degree weather here in Southern California. And this is the first pleasant day, just right, 70 degrees. Hey, Wolfgang, how you doing over there in Germany? So I'm feeling good, and today's wisdom is about removing the clutter from your life. Now, I always think of myself as an organized person, right? I think of that sign that was kind of funny. It says, the sign of a clean, uncluttered desk is the sign of a sick mind. Obviously written by someone who cannot seem to get their desk clean and uncluttered. You know, there's so many people who file by the pile. And it is true that if you have a cluttered surrounding, then right up here is cluttered also. Clutter, I'm told, makes us lose money, lose business, lose clients, lose things. And all of the time, hey Becky, all of the time that we spend on searching for things, right, is wasted. If we just, there's a saying, put everything in its place, a place for everything, everything in its place. So I can do a lot of things, right? I can travel the country, and I can go on 24 morning shows, and I can speak at Harvard. I can do all these amazing things that not everybody can do. And I'm thankful to God for giving me the talents and the gifts. But what bothers me is I can't keep my car, the inside of my car, clean. It eventually ends up looking like a trash can. And I have this pool table with a cover on it because we don't play pool as much as we should. And I can clean that table off and it looks great, and I can just see things slowly start to encroach on it. And it's like it gets to a point where you don't even want to look at it, and you don't even want to start doing things because you don't know where everything goes. Everything doesn't have its place, and there isn't a place for everything. And so I actually had to pay because I could do so many things, but this clutter was like destroying my life. I was powerless. I felt like an alcoholic. I'm powerless over clutter. Okay, maybe that's the first step of denial. You have to admit, if you're like me, that you are powerless over clutter. And so, hey Kirsten, I decided that I was going to put a value on this clutter. I was going to pay somebody hard, cold cash, which I value my cash. And I think I paid her like $150 to come by for an hour. Hey, Dodie, to help me get a handle on my clutter. And she actually stayed an hour and a half and didn't charge me the extra half because I guess she liked me. Hey, Becky. And so I recommend, if you are struggling with clutter, pay somebody, right? Remember that philosophy, they say, free advice is worth the price you pay, nothing, and for those of you who coach, you know that when you give free coaching, they never follow your advice because the advice doesn't have value. They didn't pay anything for it. So I paid to have this person come in and help me with my clutter. And by God, it worked. I got in the mood and the momentum. And hey, Arlene, I bet you know about clutter. We got moving, removing all this clutter from my man cave, my garage, which I turned into a recording studio for my radio show. And I won't say that it's clutter-free right now, today as we speak, but it is 100% better because she taught me some techniques, how to let go of things, how to throw away things. I mean, let's face it, people, if you haven't touched something in a year, you probably don't need it. And if you do need it, you can go out and buy one. Kathy, hi. I think you're the organizing expert, aren't you? So if there's any organizing experts out there, I used one, and she's in Encino, but I know this goes all over the country, all over the world. If you want to post your organizing expertise, I know you probably charge for it, go ahead and post on here, and that would be a great resource for all the people who are like me and need help. But let's face it, like I said, if you haven't touched something in a year, you probably don't need it. And instead of, hey Becky, yeah, that's the hard part, getting rid of the stuff. But once you decide, make a threshold. Okay, if I haven't touched this in 6 months, if I'm just hanging on to it in case I need it, in the unlikely event, ask yourself, how much would it cost to go to the store and buy this when you need it? And you realize that, for the price you pay in the Clutter, it's just so much better to get rid of it. Because, so what I do also is I'll just throw everything into a box if I'm uncertain, and I'll hide the box up in the attic somewhere. And if I realize I need it, I can go up in the attic and get it, but it's out of sight. But if I haven't touched it in a year, then that whole box is getting dumped. I'm sorry. So I hope that helps. Clutter will just give you a lot more peace of mind. And like I said, if you are or an organizing person in your particular region all across the country, please post your name and phone number. Thank you, and I think my 5 minutes is up, so God bless you. Bye-bye.